All right, folks, the clock is ticking. Right now, you have just under 2 hours for folks to get there, decide who they want to represent their parties in November. And you're looking live at one of the precincts that's been busy at times today since 7 o'clock this morning.
Turnout being called, quote, steady at some spots that we went to today. So we're keeping an eye on everything you need to know for tonight as officials are getting ready to count all the votes. Thanks for joining us on your election day at 6 o'clock. I'm Jasmine Brooks.
I'm Joel D. Smith. We have team coverage for you, focusing on two of the biggest races that will impact you and all those voters out there.
Hallie Jacobs speaking with GOP Attorney General candidate Dave Sunday in just a few minutes. And TJ Anthony is with last minute voters in Dauphin County.
All right, TJ, we want to know about turnout and the big race you're checking out today.
Yeah, Joel D. So right now we're at the Thomas Holtzman Elementary School voting location. It's in Dauphin County. Turnout has been pretty decent. It's been pretty steady. We've seen a steady amount of voters come and go. You can see some are leaving the polls right now and even coming in, finding their parking spot, trying to come and cast that last minute ballot. So polls close in less than 3 hours, guys. No reports of any major issues so far. I want to break down some of the numbers we saw for the primaries back in 2022, though. So in Dauphin County, we saw a little over 26,000 Democrats come out and vote, and nearly 32,000 Republicans come out to the polls. Those numbers are for people that showed up to the polls and mail-in voters as well. So Chris Spackman, Director of Elections for Dauphin County, says voting, it normally picks up in the morning before work and around 5 and 6, so right now when people get off work.
After the polls close, we'll have the precinct returns come to our office and we'll start posting results. First results will be about 8:30, and then the election day numbers that will include all the mailed ballots so far, and then the election day ballots will start showing up, typically about 9:30, and then at every half hour we'll have additional postings.
And so I'm covering the 10th congressional race, and I've been closely in contact with a lot of those candidates. We will have updates for you on the race and on results as well, both on air and online. But if you come out to the polls and you cast your ballot and you're in line by 8 o'clock, then you still have the right to vote, so stay in line. Live in Dauphin County, TJ Anthony, CBS 21 News. Back to you.
Should be an interesting night, TJ. Thanks for breaking it down. We'll see you later. So the 3 statewide row offices on the ballot this year, we're talking about the Attorney General, where only one is the incumbent and not seeking re-election. Let's get into it. 5 Democrats, Keir Bradford Gray, Joseph Kahn, Eugene DePasquale, Jordan Solomon, and Jack Stolzheimer. So they're the ones running here, and there are also 2 Republicans, and they are these that you're looking at, Craig Williams and York County District Attorney Dave Sunday.
And Hallie Jacobs actually covering Dave Sunday's watch party tonight as he hopes to clinch Pennsylvania's top law enforcement position in November, the Attorney General. Let's go live to York County with Hallie now as we are taking a closer look at the race. Hallie?
Hey Jasmine, hey Joel D. So it might just sound like a little bit of a party behind me because you can see this DJ over here is throwing out the tunes as people are voting today. But you know, it's not yet, we're not having that party yet, but we will have one soon once we know who will win. Now we have 5 Democrats and 2 Republicans vying for their party's nominations for the November election. And the final decisions come down to the people's choices as they enter the polls today. The Attorney General is Pennsylvania's chief law enforcement officer, charged with the responsibility for the prosecution of organized crime and public corruption. The winner of the November election will then take over for Attorney General Michelle Henry, who Governor Josh Shapiro appointed to finish his 2nd term after he won the race for governor. Henry said she was not going to be seeking re-election. The race has been very competitive so far, with the Pennsylvania Democratic Party deciding not to endorse any of the candidates, and the Republican Party endorsing York County District Attorney Dave Sunday over State Representative Craig Williams. The position seems to be a launching pad for the role of governor, as 2 of the past attorney generals went on to win governor. Now the victors of each primary will then face each other in the general election, and we'll have those results as well as live coverage from Dave Sunday's watch party here tonight, so definitely stick around. But for the meantime, I'll send it back over to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Hallie. Now, we did have a minor hiccup with the administration of today's elections. So officials in Lebanon County say a batch of 350 mail-in ballots were inadvertently printed and mailed twice. The Board of Elections says many of those voters affected already completed and returned the ballots, which makes the duplicates void. The board called it a human error and says it's reviewing processes for future elections.
So come November, PA will definitely be the spotlight for a lot of folks watching politics. How about this? One of the biggest races in the country right here.
The U.S. Senate race between Senator Bob Casey and Republican Dave McCormick. Yeah, we got the chance to catch up with McCormick in Lancaster County.
So here he is. He says that he has learned from his hard-fought battle in the primary last time. That was against Dr. Mehmet Oz in 2022. It went to a recount. McCormick says he's happy to have had the endorsement this time from former President Donald Trump, who called for poll watchers to get out there and flood the precincts too.
We need to take efforts to bring back confidence. So there's a lot of emphasis going on right now on making sure we have appropriate oversight of voting machines, make sure we have observation on drop boxes, and as you were describing, make sure that we have the right number of observers, well-trained, as well as legal assistants.
McCormick unopposed today, so is Senator Bob Casey on the Democratic side. He was not on the campaign trail today, had to be in D.C. for a vote on that foreign aid bill. And we're covering the election in all kinds of ways tonight. We're looking forward to it.
CBS 21 will have a special digital newscast at 8 and again at 9 o'clock on our Facebook, our website, and our YouTube pages. And of course, the results tonight at 10 on the CW and 11 right here on CBS 21.